Hey y'all, Joefer here, the cranky old gay guy. So yesterday, I took a journey out to East County to the burbs to go to a Walmart. And let me tell you, it made me cranky. Why? Well, first there's the parking. Yeah, there were a lot of people there, but Walmart has decided to take up an entire row of parking from the front of the store to the where the driveway is that comes in the lot. On this side, it's all handicap parking. I mean, I get the need for disability parking, but normally that's a number of spaces up front. I would think they would have done it like the first two spaces of every section of the lot. That way there's less travel time between the handicap parking and the store. But instead, it stretches all the way out to the entrance of the parking lot, which I think is a mistake. So those spaces were not available for me. But directly across the driveway area, on the other side of that lot, they're all pick-me-up spots. And on the other side of that one, they're pick-me-up spots. And on the other side of that one, half of them are pick-me-up spots. And when I say pick-me-up, it's for home shoppers. It's for those lazy a-holes who sit at home and type their little orders on the computer, and then they expect someone at Walmart to go out and pull the items and bring them out and load them in their car. That's right. Those a-holes, they have cost me as a consumer a parking space. I have to walk a mile now to get to the store because they took all the close and anything near the store all the way down towards the garden center. You either have to park down at the grocery end or you have to park past the garden center in this strip mall area in order to get a parking space where you can just walk into the store. So I'm having a problem with that, a real problem with that. I understand that if you are handicapped or not mentally sound or physically unable to go in and shop for yourself, I get that. I have no problem with that whatsoever. But if you're one of these bougie a-holes who is just too good to go into a Walmart on their own, but they'll purchase the products, but they will either pay a fee to have that done, or they have to spend, I think, $50 or something. I know that there's a fee if you don't spend a minimum. So I, as a consumer going to the store, if I can park closer, I'm going to be happier and more inclined to purchase. But instead, they have all these spots reserved for people to come and park. I think there's 15, 18, probably 25 spots at least for pick-me-ups. And the spots, there were only like 5 of them were being used. But you can't use those spaces, though, because they're reserved for home shoppers. So that's one crank. Big crank. What I want to say is that unless you fit one of the criteria of handicapped, mobility issues, mental issues, where you cannot go in and shop for yourself, then get your lazy ass out of that car and go into the store and be around the people of the people, the regular people, the people that you don't want to associate with, and that's why you do the drive up. Okay, that's the outside. Now going inside. I have found that at this Walmart, pretty much everything is locked up, even aspirin. Now, I don't get aspirin. I was buying acetaminophen because that's a story for another day that you've all heard before of why I'm buying it. Generic Tylenol, I guess is what. I guess because I want to get autism. Yeah, that's why I'm taking it. Okay, that's a joke for any of you who've never seen this channel before. There's no connection between autism and acetaminophen. That is just a bogus JFK Jr., or excuse me, Robert Kennedy Jr. It's a lie. I went in the store and I had to push this button. First of all, I couldn't find them because they moved them. And then I found a clerk and I said, who was stocking, or I'm sorry, she wasn't stocking. She was one of those shoppers I was talking about that then has to haul all the groceries and stuff out to someone's car. And I stopped her and I said, where did you move the aspirin? And she said, it's like 12G. So I went down to 12G and I did find them. And she said, it's going to be locked, so you have to ring a buzzer. So I looked. There was no buzzer there. The buzzer was across the aisle and down a ways. So I pushed it and I heard the PA saying, come to 5G. Come to 5G. And I pushed it again because I waited a minute. No one showed up. So I pushed it a third time. No one showed up. Heard the PA. Normally, in other stores I've gone to, when there's a service button, you push it and it'll repeat itself every 20 seconds until someone comes and takes care of it. At Walmart, it wasn't doing that. It said it once. And then you have to push it again. So on the fourth push, I was waiting, and this woman comes up and she goes, "Hi, what do you need?" And she had to take her phone and go down the aisle on the other side and hold it up to the activator button to turn the buzzer thing off, the call button. And then she came over and I told her what I wanted. And she doesn't have a key or anything. Again, she had to take her phone up and hold it to this electronic lock that's on the glass sliders that lock everything behind them. And then she had to stand there while I picked the product that I wanted. Let's say I wanted to read the ingredients. She'd have to wait for that too. I didn't because I know what I wanted, but I think it's pretty ridiculous when I was spending $1.98 on a bottle of acetaminophen that you had to lock it up. So then I went ahead and perused. I thought maybe I'd get a roasted chicken. And I walked through the clothing department, men's clothes, because there were these aisle displays. And Levi's signature jeans were $15. But I couldn't find any in my size. So I went over to the men's department thinking, well, they're going to be there too. And they were, behind locked glass. They're open in the aisle. Anyone can grab them. But in the men's department, they're behind locked glass. The same jeans. And the jeans, the exact same jeans over behind glass, were not marked down to the sale price. They're the same price. They just didn't bother to put a label on them. And I looked through the glass and I couldn't find my size there either. So forget that. Walking further over towards grocery, I came across again those 4x4 displays that are right in the center of the aisle that you have to walk around or move your cart around or whatever. And I thought, well, these are colorful boxes. It says it's some kind of a candy. I couldn't tell what it was. I wanted to look and see, and it's like, well, it says real chocolate, real cookies, so I'm guessing they're some kind of a chocolate cookie. And I thought, well, I might try those. So I didn't see how much they cost, so I walked around this 4x4, and guess what? There is no price. So there, Walmart, you just lost a sale because I'm not going to pick up something and take it to the check stand unless I know what I'm going to be paying. Okay? I know these are in the aisle because they're impulse items, and some people will just throw it in a cart and not think about it, but those people are stupid, okay? Never go to a check stand unless you know how much the item you're taking is going to cost you. Otherwise, you're in for some sad surprises when you check out and you leave and you check your receipt and you see that you paid $20 for a box of cookies, okay? Almost done. Walmart, we just covered that. In the morning, I had stopped by the Freddy's that's like 3 miles from here and had some keys made. Excuse me. And I found the same issue there. There were 4x4 displays all over the place in the aisles, and a lot of them are not labeled with pricing. Now, these are in the front part of the store where they put all the seasonal, and by the way, it's all Christmas now at Walmart and at Fred Meyer's. Everything is Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. And I also saw some things that's like, well, I wanted some Cheetos, okay? The curls or the puffs, I would get either. I wanted some. And I know that the chip area, they moved way back over here because they want you to, because I covered this in another video, I think. When they move things every 2 or 3 months, I asked the reset people, I said, why are you doing this? And they said, well, I can't tell you, but I said, is it to keep people in the store longer? He goes, yeah, we want it to always appear different so people have to search because the longer you're in the store, the higher the chance is that you're going to buy more. So it's trickery is what it is. And they had this display and they had the cheese things. But again, there was no price. Now, I know that the cost of chips have gone up a lot. So a bag that was once $1.99 or $3.99 is now $5.99 to $7.99. I have seen a bag of Doritos at Fred Meyer's for $8.99, and this was just like a year ago. So I'm not going to pay $8.99 for a bag of chips Well, I was looking for cheese curls or cheese puffs, but they weren't labeled. So again, I didn't buy them. One other thing. As soon as you walk in the grocery doors, they had this display of grapes. Grapes were $4.99, $3.99 or $4.99 each. Normally they do it by the pound, so you think you're getting something and you get up to the check stand and it's $12. No, I'm not going to handle that either. That's way overpriced. But these I thought, okay, good deal. I can get purple, green, or a mixed. I thought I'd get the mixed, but it's a digital coupon. So you have to use your phone app for Fred Meyer. Fred Meyer is a subsidiary of Kroger. So I went ahead and opened my app, and of course, every 2 or 3 weeks, it logs me out and says, you have to log in again. So I kept doing it, and it said, we don't recognize your password. So I hit reset, got a code sent to me, reset my password, and then it goes to another page that says, reset code not found, start over. I did this 3 times, and then I said, F it, I'm just not going to buy the grapes. Because the only way to get that price is to scan it. If I take it up and just put in my rewards card, it doesn't count because it's not been scanned. So that's bull too. And retailers, you are effing yourself over. I know that you do things because people want something and you know that they're not going to jump through too many hoops and they'll just give up and just buy the product anyway. Well, those are fools. I am a fool at times, but I'm not a fool that's going to buy something at full price when it's on sale for a lot less, regardless of your coupon trickery. That's all I got for you today. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for your support. Hit like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends. The more interaction the videos get, the higher it pushes them up in the ranks. The more subscribers I get, the more views I get. And yeah, I think that's what it's all about, is getting this mug out to the world. So eventually, eventually I will do this in a long form format. I know you're saying this isn't long form. No, I'm talking about moving into that talk show thing I want to do. But that is going to be a way off now because I've had some setbacks in my studio. One of those setbacks I found this morning when I came out here, and a bookshelf that has been there for almost 10 years now. 10 years? No, 9 years. 8 or 9 years. 5, 6, 7. 7.5 years. Whenever I built the studio. It's been mounted to the wall. It has had books on it and art books and things. I was out here yesterday. No problem. I came out this morning. The shelf is laying on top of the counter. The books are spread all over the floor. My electric pencil sharpener has been tossed out, and there's pencil shavings everywhere. The pictures I had under it are crushed because for some reason, that bookshelf suddenly got heavy after all these years and ripped its way out of the wall. That made me cranky too, because then I had to clean it all up. And now everything's just stacked over there, and I don't know if I'm going to fix it or maybe do something else in that corner. I'm just not sure. But as always, everybody, life goes on, and I want to wish you all well. Happy Monday, and as always, I want to remind you to stay cranky, my friends. Stay cranky. Bye-bye.